friends, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we are building another beach house, but this one is going to be a modern beach house. And as usual, I got the inspiration for this build off of Pinterest, so I'm going to go on and put the inspiration picture up on the screen now where you guys can kind of see what I was going for. To me, this picture is just absolutely gorgeous. I should have it pinned on my Pinterest as well if you guys are interested in checking it out or checking out the artist, because I just really think it's stunning. Like, I think it's such a beautiful picture, and of course this house doesn't do it justice, but I did try to kind of recreate it, and I hope you guys like it. But yeah, we're building the shell of it now. We're actually building in Brindleton Bay, which I'm so excited about because I recently got the cats and dogs pack. And I nearly said patch, sorry. And yeah, I got the pack and I'm so excited about it. So this is my first build in Brindleton Bay, and I really like the world. I haven't actually played or anything like that, so I don't really know that much about like the mechanics of it and stuff. But this house is a 1-bedroom. It's very small. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And so I kind of built it for like somebody who has pets because I just got this pack and I thought that would be really cool. So I kind of built it for someone who has like cats and dogs. And in my mind, it was like kind of like a grandparent situation, like grandparents live here or something, like an older couple. But of course, as usual, I don't like make Sims or anything for it. It was just kind of what was in my head. I moved the house around a couple times because I was trying to find the best lighting, and it was like at this angle. And so in most of the frames, it's really dark and it was kind of hard to see, and I wasn't really vibing with this build, so I moved it around a little bit. But I do move it back to where the front of the build is, like in the front before it's over. I just wanted to have a little bit better lighting for a little while. And this is the front door area, and so it's a little bit different. So I was trying to copy the original picture, or I was trying to recreate it. And they have this kind of like sliding door type thing going on. And of course we don't have a door like that, or I don't have one, or I don't know about it. But anyway, yeah, so I decided to do this using actually a window. So I used the windows, and then I used the tool mod to rotate them around at different angles to where it kind of looked like they were folding up on each other like a sliding door kind of thing. And I feel like it looks good. It looks weird because I didn't like the size of the, like, you know, the doors that have the empty frames, and so it's just a frame and then it's like open. So I was using that originally, and I wanted to use that and then just use the windows like I have them. But none of those like frame doors were big enough, so I ended up having to size down 2 of them to make this frame. And then I kind of made my own frame using a column and just like I don't know what that's called, like wall trim, I think is what it's called. But I kind of made my own frame, so it looks really, really open, kind of. It looks a little bit weird if you really look at it, but I still thought it looked cute. And it was kind of close to the inspiration, so I decided to just go with it. And now we're working on the outside of the house, and so I wanted to have this like fenced in area. This is a 20 by 20 lot, by the way. I don't think I said that, but I wanted to have this fenced in area. And so because I just got this pack, my first reaction was like to use everything from the cats and dogs pack, but it's not very modern. Like, the stuff in there isn't very modern, so I had to change the fence. I think I've changed it to a spa day fence, which looked a little bit more modern and fit in with the vibe of this house a little bit better. But now we're onto the landscaping, and I tried to use just stuff from the cats and dogs pack for this because I'm still getting used to like what's in the pack and everything like that, and I just thought it would be fun to kind of stick to just that kind of landscaping. And so you can pretty much see the landscaping right now. It's pretty simple. But whatever, I don't know what this little plant is called that's by the steps, but I absolutely love it. I think it's one of my favorite things in the whole game so far. You're probably going to be seeing a lot more of those plants if you watch my speed builds, because I absolutely love it. I think it's so cool. And I really like the colors as well. I ended up putting up this like base game hedge. That is one thing that wasn't from this pack. I ended up using like this little, I think that's what it's called. That's what I'll call it. But it's from the base game, and I used that right like in front of the window. You can kind of see it. And the one thing I didn't like about that was that it stays really green even in the winter. So I took my screenshots and my like end screens were in the winter or the fall. I think I'm in winter, and Anyway, most of the stuff is like dead and, it's brown or it's changed colors, and then that particular item does not change colors. Which the little plant that I said I like so much, that plant doesn't change colors either, but it bugs me less with that. So I don't know if I'll use that like same hedge again now that I have the seasons pack, because it kind of looks weird in different seasons. But anyway, this is the little backyard area, and I decided to make this kind of like an area you would take your little dog. Like I said, I was building this for someone who would have cats and dogs. And so this is a little dog area. So I put a little tunnel thing. I don't know what it's called. But I put that there for the backyard area, like where you would go and take your dog out and let him run around and stuff. And then I put a little seating area for you to sit there with your little pet. And I don't have any idea how the pets work or anything like that. I haven't actually, like I said, I haven't played, so I haven't actually like seen like the mechanics of it and everything like that. But I'm super excited to be building in this world, because you guys know that I love a beach build anyway. And so this world opens up more beach builds, and it's kind of a different vibe than Sulani as well. It's more, I don't know, it's more of a laid back vibe. It's not just like straight up like islandy. But I really like it, and so I'm so excited. And then so we have this like patio area, and it's very, very small and like narrow, so I didn't want to do just a whole lot in this area because there wasn't enough room really for it, and I wanted to keep the exterior of the house really, really simple. So I think I ended up putting like a one pet bed and like a couple seating areas. I put a yoga mat out there just because I thought it was cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the exterior. It's pretty simple. And now we're on to the interior and working on the kitchen. And I tried to keep the modern vibe up in the house as well, although there's a couple places that maybe I kind of lost the modern look. But I feel like the kitchen is very modern and minimalist. I kind of like the way it turned out. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I kept it really simple. Probably the majority of the house, minimalist, is kind of more the style of it. But like I said, there may be a couple places that I kind of lost the modern look. But yeah, for the interior, I went with a very light color scheme, like kind of like very neutral tones. And I think most of the walls are white. I have a couple accent walls that I use the like wood tone that I had on the outside, which you can barely see it on the outside because it's just on the walls with the window, and so it's kind of covered up and you can't really see but just a tiny little part of it. But I did use that wallpaper for a couple of accent walls just to kind of give it a little bit something other than white. I feel like I've been building with so much white lately, like white walls, not like items and stuff, but I feel like all my wallpaper lately has been white. But anyway, this little area is like a little bar area. It's kind of just like a little nook. It's very small. But I really like the way the kitchen turned out on this one. Usually kitchens are probably my least favorite room to build, but I really like the way this one turned out. Probably because it's so simple and I didn't have to clutter it up very much. It's also very, very small. So that was pretty easy. And then under the staircase, I decided to kind of just put a little cat area. So I put like a pet bed and a litter box. And I'm not sure that's functional. Like I said, I haven't actually played with any of the animals, so I don't know if any of that's functional. I hope it is. I feel like it should be, but I don't actually know. So, yeah. And then this little room over here is the bathroom. I think it's pretty much the only room that's on this area that's like enclosed. So the rest of the room is like an open concept. And then the bedroom is upstairs, so it's enclosed because it's just like within a room of its own. But the bathroom really isn't that special. It's just got all the necessities. And because this house had so many windows, I tried to put up a lot of curtains. I feel like that bugs a lot of people when you have a lot of windows in the bathroom, where they're like the wall windows like this. And so I tried to add a bunch of curtains, but there is still some openings and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just I don't know. I just went with that. But yeah, this is the living area, and the living area is really simple. It's very minimalist. I think I added another cat bed to this area, and then one of the things that like holds their toys, or that's what it said. It was like a toy storage box or something like that. So I added that to the living room, and just a bookcase just to take up some space. And then we are on to the bedroom, which is the upstairs. And this house actually has like 3 stories. It's 3 levels, but I didn't want to decorate that much, and I felt like it was just, I don't like placing stairs, honestly. If I'm being honest, I didn't want to place stairs more than one time. So I ended up removing the floor of the 3rd story so that the 2nd and 3rd story are just one huge, long, tall room. And that's where I placed the bedroom, and the bedroom is really simple, as you guys can see. As well, I tried to, like I said, I was going with these really neutral tones so you can kind of see that. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It can live up to 2 Sims. So like I said, in my mind, I kind of had like an elderly couple, like maybe a retired couple or something. But of course, anyone could live here. And yeah, I ended up adding like another cat scratcher up here. I don't think there's a lot of pet stuff up here, but I did add this little cat scratcher. And I actually don't know if pets can climb up the stairs in this game. I'm assuming they can, because that would make sense, but I have no idea. But then I added this little mirror to the wall, which I got that idea from another simmer, and it's been so long since I saw that video that I cannot tell you who I got that idea from, the way that tiny living mirror is layered over itself. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all are doing really, really well, and I will talk to you again hopefully soon in another video.